Bonjour mes amis, je suis le Lâcher Canadien and la boy Urinat, back with the Amateurs Guide for the Hockey Offseason. Welcome back. Obviously, Tree, always a pleasure to have the Yinzer on.
Definitely.
Definitely. And now it is time for the Western Conference's turn to get shat on because they deserve it just as much as anyone else.
True.
Anaheim, first off, I'll let you start it this time because I started yesterday's.
No worries, brother. Anaheim has had a relatively interesting offseason, tried to bring in some New York Rangers, and it's also the first year without Ryan Getzlaf, who has retired, even though he hasn't been the same as he was. Frank Vetrano for their middle six. Also, Ryan Strome that's been brought in. The problem is, like, they need their young core to really take that extra jolt. They had a really good start to the year, but unfortunately they fell off by the end. So that's what they're worried about.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of a fair thing, isn't it? Arizona, they're just like a heaping pile of shit.
Deep tank.
Yeah, just keep the tanks on
They're
rolling.
tanking. They're just yeah, that's all you can really say about that. They brought in Patrick Nemeth and Zach Cassian. You know, they got draft picks out of it.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to go after Monahan, but
yeah, a lot of people say Monahan, but you know, Nashville kind of tried to tease it, but it was really just for the draft.
true.
Okay, what is my cat doing? He's moving my
Maybe
camera.
he doesn't like the Arizona Coyotes. I'm just taking a wild guess.
Yeah, that's all I'm guessing too. Can you stop messing with the cable?
Yeah.
She's messing with the cable underneath my desk. And that's exactly what the Flames are doing. They're taking some weird... Just like my camera, it's taking weird turns.
Calgary had no choice. Once Gaudreau said he wasn't going to sign back, once Tkachuk didn't want to extend his contract and do anything with it, they had to overhaul their core, which is what I've wanted them to do for the last couple of years because they've been underachieving for, excluding this past year, 6 straight years. So they've made big strides to overhaul their core. So they've added Huberdeau, you add Mackenzie Weegar, you add Nazem Kadri. So I feel like I'm satisfied if, like, in the situation of, okay, you needed to overhaul your core.
Yeah. Just to know that for whatever reason the Zoom timer is on for whatever reason.
Oh, it's fine.
Well, we'll take a break at halfway, but
Stupid
next
Zoom timer. It's always
it's for the free. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's probably like the it happens.
We'll get through Colorado and then we'll do a reset. We'll do that.
Bandwidth.
Yeah. So Colorado, obviously, the cup high, being a mile high,
Paying the cup tax.
Yeah. For once, Brandon Perna has something to be happy about other than the Denver Broncos now being owned by Walmart.
Poor Walmart. I mean, it's a good business if you can get into it.
Just imagine the Broncos motto from here on out is save money, live better, Broncos nation, Broncos country.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride into the parking lots of Walmart and get discounted bullshit.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Will they import their players from China too?
Jesus Christ. I don't even know how to answer that one.
Freaking, I don't know. Just a wild question.
No, I know. Another thing with that too, I mean, you quartered 4 Darcy Kemper, so you had to go with Alexander Georgiev.
Yeah,
but my
it's
question,
a cap situation, and plus Burakovsky's out too. But
yeah.
Once again, you bring in Valery Nichushkin, which I'm not a big hater of that contract, as a lot of people are, especially if you play like he did last season. That kind of value, two-way, great defensive forward, that pays for itself.
Yeah.
Josh Manson got a big contract as well. Arturi Lehkonen,
even though
in the playoffs.
What's funny is
tax, baby.
Right.
But now your question is you have to pay McKinnon.
Right. What's funny is Manson was rumored so hard to be going back to Anaheim, but he decided at the midnight hour to just stay with the Avs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen all those rumors and all that, but
I didn't see those. I know that Manson he did well in Colorado.
Oh yeah, he did. Absolutely, he did. All right, and what team is next on the alphabetical order?
Would probably say.
I think it's Dallas, isn't it?
I think I want to say Dallas. Yes.
I,
think you're correct.
I swear to God, I'm missing it. But Dallas, if we figure it out, I'll come back.
Oh,
to
it
it.
was Chicago.
Chicago. That's right, Chicago.
We kind of skipped them, but whatever.
Yeah,
Chicago.
whatever.
I mean, it's easy to forget Chicago because
Yeah,
think about it.
it.
I think the less said about them, the better. They brought in Peter Mrazek, even though they didn't really
Thank
get
you
much
for taking that
his
$6 million
contract.
Yeah, thank you for taking that $6 million cap hit in full, fuckers. Enjoy mediocrity.
Well, I mean, they're rebuilding. They're actually forced into a rebuild now because the rumor is, is there been anything on the Patrick Kane front? The rumor is he might be traded. But,
that's what I've been heaaring too, but I haven't.
But nothing yet.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it.
And Taves, you're not going to be able to get rid of.
No, exactly. Like you. Well, I'm sure someone's gonna want Kane.
Yeah. Somebody will definitely want Kane. He can still perform.
It's just a matter of when. Also, we did forget one thing with Calgary.
Yes.
Nazem Kadri.
I mentioned him briefly. Nazem Kadri, 7x7.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned him like in passing. So.
Oh, okay.
It happens.
Yeah. Sometimes I just get a little dazed with that. It happened. But that fucking deal that Kadri has, it has a full no movement clause for the first.
That's his final contract, man. Final contract.
It has to be. Yeah, and then the last 4 years, like just a 13-team no trade clause.
Because when he's a UFA, he's 39.
Yeah. I can't imagine being paid like that into my fucking 30s.
I mean, dude, I wish I could too.
Huberto, fucking 38. You're getting $10.5 million per year. Jesus, guys.
Hey, get paid, man.
But also the newest addition to the Blackhawks, your old buddy Jack Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Stanley Cup champion Jack Johnson. Put some respect on that name.
Finally. The dude finally got the cup he deserved, though. Because he's been in the league for God knows how long.
Yeah. I mean, Sidney Crosby's good friend. I mean, I can't blame him for taking on that contract JR signed him to.
And look what I got JR. His ass on the unemployment line.
Well, the rumor there is he wanted to give up Letang plus for Fleury, and Pittsburgh said no. Or the ownership said no.
Jesus
that was the rumor.
Christ. That was what the fuck happened? Oh my
That's
God.
the rumor.
Oh
I can't
God.
confirm or deny.
Well, we'll never know because it never happened.
Pretty much.
Wow. Okay, now to Dallas. And yeah, you lost Braden Holtby, but you got a young, bright star in Jake Ettinger.
Mm-hmm. Wedgwood's back too.
Wedgwood's back too, that's right.
And they got Mason Marchment from the clutches of Carolina at the 11th hour.
No kidding. That was like I saw that. I'm like, wow.
That came out of nowhere.
They fucking just snagged them.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
That's why Carolina had to go for Pacioretty.
Yeah. But was Marchment really going to be the answer to Carolina's problems?
Well, power forward, had a really good year. Middle six option, good physical grit and sandpaper. Dude, GMs are attracted to that shit like catnip.
I know what that feels like. I got 2 cats that freaking act like that. God.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need any more, but they keep getting more. Edmonton, all that can be said is
Jack
Campbell.
Campbell.
To the finals?
Jack Campbell.
Yep, Jack Campbell. At least he made it to the conference finals. For
that, dude. Once again, like Mike Smith is probably never playing again, unfortunately. His career's probably finished. Yeah. But they realized like goaltending's your issue, so go get Jack Campbell.
I think Mike Smith was like one of the only goalies remaining from the 2002 draft class, I think.
Very close. I know, like he had a really just like roundabout career.
From that class, I think there was 2 players remaining, him and Craig Anderson.
Yep, and Anderson, like, I think it was an overager at the time, close to it.
I don't know what he was. Could have been.
Because I know, like, there were guys still from like the 97, like 98 draft classes. You know, Zdeno Chara, Joe Thornton, And
wait,
I
yeah.
mean Thornton. I mean that's going to be gone.
I mean,
Thornton's
Foreign's probably done. Chara's more than likely done.
well, Chara, if he's going to play, he'll probably be back in the Czech Republic.
I mean, no, he's from Slovakia.
Well, Czech Republic or Slovakian Extraliga.
So
like either or.
Either or. Maybe there is a shot that the Islanders say, you know what, let's keep him around because we made that mistake years ago of letting him go. So we're just gonna go ahead and just because it's Lou Lamoriello and he go fuck with you no matter what.
Well, it's more if you're a former New Jersey Devil. That is Lou Lamoriello.
I mean, yeah, that's also true. For the Kings, they looked promising last season. They showed flashes, but flashes only get you so far. So
first they're playing with house money.
Yeah, they really didn't even do much this season. I don't even think they did anything, did they?
New Jersey or
no,
LA?
LA, yeah.
They traded for Kevin Fiala.
Oh yeah, fuck, that's right. So you got one good addition to the team that's actually going to be really useful for that top six.
Yep, and they extended him, I believe, to an 8-year extension.
I believe that's correct. I want to say that's correct. Now you got me getting on my phone and looking this up because proof I don't do research before videos. Part 8.
Don't worry, I get railed on if I miss something, so that's why I have to keep my bases cleared.
Oh my god, you don't even know how many times I've had to do this. Yeah, it was a 7-year. It was a 7-year deal at 7.875.
As I said, he had a really good year last year, but Minnesota couldn't afford him with those Suter and Parise buyouts. So they trade him for a first-round pick and Brock Faber, I believe.
Yeah, I think Brock Faber wound up signing, didn't he? I think he wound up signing.
I think so. Not sure though.
Probably. And then on to the Minnesota Wilds. Speaking of devil.
Mm-hmm. Cam Talbot's out. They did bring back Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yep.
So I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I don't know why the hell he would have wanted out. Well, because he said he liked Minnesota. So, I mean, I guess it was a chance he was going to stick around.
Kind of took a pay cut, but I mean, he's 38.
I mean, but like that's what you have to do sometimes. You just have to take that pay cut. Well, it's not the most desirable thing in the world. You just kind of have to. I mean, they looked good in the playoffs last year, but as you always said, they were close, but never close enough.
Yeah. I mean, last year was probably their best shot, and they blew it to St. Louis.
Yeah. And then on to now the Nashville Predators. I don't even know what I want to say about this team.
Minnesota. Nashville. They still think they can do it. I'm really surprised that Phil Forsberg stayed there. Like I thought he was going to be gone.
Yeah,
they apparently convinced him enough to stay. They did bring in Ryan McDonough to replace Ryan Ellis. And I mean, they live and die by Jussi Saros. Yeah. That's all you have to say. No,
because Jussi Saros.
Once they lost Saros, he was done.
Right. I think Saros actually had a nice little up year from his production, so that's actually not terrible. But again, those are the strides that he needs to take in order to get his career to where it needs to be. He's got a ways to go, though. He's still young. And you got Askarov coming on up for the system, so I mean, you got that to work forward to as well. So that's if he could get out of Russia alive. But even then. On to now, we had this. I think it's the Sharks first.
Nashville. I'm trying to think who would be next.
Because let's see, because
San Jose. Yeah, be San Jose. I think.
Yeah, it would be San Jose because there's the rest of the ends are in the East. The O is the East. The P is the East. So it's on to the S's. Yeah. So San Jose. Yeah, you're not.
They traded Brent Burns. They're in a rebuilding phase.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of Reimer for a second rounder.
As I said, trying to shed pieces. It was either Carlson or Burns to get rid of, and they chose Burns.
Choose the guy that's been there longer for whatever reason. rather than chose the guy that wasn't there for very long. That's the dumbest shit I've heard. But Burns, I mean, you gotta admit that beard is pretty good looking though. Better than you and I will probably ever get.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, the thing with San Jose too is they kept Edward Vlasic around. They don't want to buy him out.
Right. Well, that's also what the changes in the front office too, getting rid of Doug Wilson finally.
Well, Doug Wilson, I believe, has health issues, which is why he stepped down.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I think that's the reason.
And I
also
saw
with
it was
Wilson,
a mutual parting.
Yes. I mean, Wilson, unfortunately, like he has passed his welcome there. I mean, he was a good GM. He fell into Illich syndrome, tried to keep the gang around and got desperate to get back to a cup and cost him. And unfortunately, he's probably going to go somewhere else, win a cup, because that's how it works in San Jose.
You know, well, unless your name is Pete DeBoer. They just drop it to the ground.
Well, DeBoer, it's DeBoer. So Dallas is going to have their deep playoff run and then nothing.
You mean with Vegas? Look, because he went to Vegas initially, and he just turned that team from a legitimate contender to being clowned on and memed upon by the
I would say that's more than DeBoer. I'd say that's on Vegas themselves.
Yeah, so that's also putting it lightly as well. But let's go to the newest kid on the block, Seattle. Well, you see, I actually got Ching right. Nice. You're like, I say no, he's lucky that they're lucky that he fell to their laps. Because like a lot of pre-drafts, though, because I fall pre-draft sometimes, a lot of things had him going number one, and he fell to fourth. It's like the Seth Jones things from several years ago. He was projected number one and then fell to Nashville number 4.
Well, that's how it is sometimes. I mean, hockey's a crapshoot. New Jersey didn't really need a center, so they went defense. And then
Arizona, they're
just picking for the sake of picking. They probably liked Cooley. I mean, Cooley's a really good prospect as well.
Yeah. Arizona was doing what Scooter does on clickbait, just showing us so he doesn't get fined. But now to St. Louis. Well, I guess, St. Louis looks all right. They just lost David Perron. They lost Husso. Who the hell's their backup? Because I thought they brought in a backup.
For St. Louis? Yeah, they brought in Thomas Greiss. Yep.
That should be interesting to see Thomas.
And then Nick Leddy got extended to a 4x4. Yeah.
Leddy's decent, though. So you could get away with that one probably. Would have gone maybe about $500,000 less, but maybe $1 million. But it's still not a bad contract, all things considered. Now to Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver, that's right.
Yep. Question is, are they going to trade JT Miller, or are they still kind of out there?
Well, let's put it this way. What in the blue hell does this new manager do? Because you don't have Jim Benning overpaying people worse shit anymore. You know,
mainly depends.
Which it's probably a new age for them, but they need. But I still think the Mikheyev contract was kind of an overpay.
Yeah, but even for me, at the same time, they think he can make it, and I think it was also to bring in Andrei Kuzmenko.
Yeah, Kuzmenko too. That was another good sign. That one was a good signing, though. But the Mikheyev one, I really thought was an overpay. Because I've seen him in Toronto the past 3 years. I thought he was worth maybe $2 to $3 million, but 4.75 for 4 years. God.
Got to pay for that Vancouver real estate.
Yeah, that's also fair too, because Vancouver is a pretty expensive place. Oh my god! If you've been there, you wouldn't even know. And now
it's all those Hong Kong and Chinese investors. They just keep buying up a bunch of land. It's like, well, sorry.
Well, especially too, because Pacific Northwest is also Japanese influenced in some ways as well. So there's also that. Now let's go to the Clowns, aka the Golden Knights. Robert Lehner's not even coming back this season at all.
Yeah, Lehner's not coming back. It's Logan Thompson's season. Everyone hates them. You gotta hope they stay healthy, or else they're just fucked.
They're already fucked cap wise. So
Oh, yeah.
And they finally got rid of Dadonov.
Once they took on Shea Weber's dead contract.
At least that one that won't count towards the cap and gonna be LTIR cap.
Yep. Which is why they did it.
So much for that Anaheim trade, right? To which I think what's it called?
It was going to be Ryan Kessler's contract, if I remember correctly.
No, what's it called? Freaking! I remember when Vegas tweeted out that trade, like the Dadonov trade to Montreal, and Anaheim responded with, "You sure?"
Woof.
Twitter trolling at its best. You just can't stop the admins.
Mm-hmm.
And the final team, so we finally made it, the Winnipeg Jets.
They brought in
Riddick.
David Riddick as their backup goalie, even though David Riddick isn't any good.
Just as Swan fans.
They somehow kept Shovel Dayoff around, even though they need a new voice. We don't know if Pierre-Luc Dubois or Mark Scheifele still want to stay long.
No, Dubois extended. Dubois did extend for.
I think it was like a bridge deal, right?
No, it was a 1 year, $6 million.
That's what I mean. It's a bridge deal. It's a bridge deal. So like they don't know if he still wants to stay long term though.
Right. Just like Patrick Laine, he got that big extension with Columbus.
Yep. He got a 4-year, I think, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yeah, I think it was a 4. Was it 4 or 6? Because I thought I saw 6.
Let me check.
Proof we don't do research. Part 9.
Oh, I a 4-year. Yeah, it was 4.
It was 4. Okay.
I know it was brief. That's why they had to trade Bjorkstrand to Seattle to just shed the cap.
What's funny is I have a fucking Oliver Bjorkstrand jersey, and I got it the night they swept Tampa.
Woof.
Now I don't know what to do. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So much for that jersey. God damn. But the West is done now for the predictions part of it, because the West is kind of a little more open fronted than the East is.
Oh yeah.
I still think it's a little more open front.
Yeah, it's more top heavy, I would say.
Because all the good teams are really just Colorado, St. Louis, Edmonton, Calgary to an extent. Minnesota has some left in the tank, I guess. So I guess my central will be Colorado still gets the division crown, followed by St. Louis and Minnesota. With the wild card probably be Nashville if they can get their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
For the Pacific, Edmonton, Calgary, Los Angeles, and I don't know.
Ooh,
I had it in my head. I lost it.
Trying to think. Vancouver? You think Vancouver could make it?
Probably, if all the chips fall into the right place.
Mm-hmm.
That's only if all the chips fall into the right place.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, we did it. All
made it.
Woo! Woo!
Made it.
Got through the shit show. That was the NHL Offseason.
Right.
And I needed the expert here with me. Thank you for taking time out of your busy fucking schedule. Go subscribe to him. Go get his fucking coffee. Go to his merch shop. I'll link everything down below.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Let's go. Did you see that comment I put on your Twitter thing yesterday?
Yes, I did.
It's like, let me do the plug, and that's my job. And I just
it's not your job. Come on, man.
Well, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you guys want to see next. I got him slurring over my fucking words. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the Electrical Nation. And you also subscribe to him because he is one beautiful bastard. He'll be putting out videos left, right, and center. So you know what? I'll let you actually take this one. Do you?
Absolutely. Well, you can find me on YouTube at UrinatingTree. You can find me on Twitter at UrinatingTree. I just ramble and shitpost on there. Instagram, urinating_tree. I rarely post on there, though, so I don't know why you'd want to go on there, but that's where I am. I have a video coming out on the NFL's Wheel of Discipline, which will probably be out by the time this video is out. So, Tanner, thank you again for having me on, brother.
Thank you again for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
And as always, guys, je suis le lâcher canadien. Bonne nuit et au revoir.